Hey you guys. So the topic of this video is crime in Ecuador, safety in Ecuador for you as an expat. Okay, and more specifically Guayaquil in 2023. Okay, I've lived in many South American cities. Okay, and also the Dominican Republic. All right, Colombia, Brazil, Dominican Republic. So, cutting straight to the chase, would I live here? Would safety make me not want to live here? No, I'd say Colombia is probably more dangerous on the whole. Yeah. You definitely have to live in the good neighborhood, Puerto Santa Ana or thereabouts, a couple other places, but mainly, yeah, Puerto Santa Ana is the safest. You know, you can actually see way down there at the end. You see there's a security guard down there, right? Now, if you come around here, there's actually another security guard right there, right? And then if you keep going down that way, there are a bunch more. So this place is hyper patrolled by security. And if you know about security in South America, you know that also means guns. They don't play around, right? So I feel completely safe with my iPhone 14 right out here in public where I am, absolutely. But if I were to go a couple of miles and, you know, away from here, no, I wouldn't. Now, what other kind of important, something more than the headlines type of information could I give you? Okay. I had a girlfriend here, and I spent the night at her house 3 or 4 times. And one time going back, she said, "Oh, keep your cell phone down, keep your cell phone down." We were just stopped at a stoplight. And I started asking her about security, right? And here's what she said. She said that recently her brother, who owns a grocery store, received a note, and some people were trying to extort him. Yes. And exactly what you think it was asking her questions. Well, what does the note say? And it was exactly what you think that some gang would do if they were trying to extort someone. They put it on there saying, "We know where you are," and you know, speaking to her brother, and you need to give us money, and we'll give you the amount, and just all this crap. And I mean, she was scared shitless. And here's a key important point. She said that this was kind of foreign to her. This hadn't happened before in Guayaquil, or at least it wasn't something she was used to hearing about, let alone experiencing indirectly through the threats made to her brother. Okay? And that was just recently. Okay? So that's my direct testimony about something that's happening here, and you'll read about it in the headlines that, there's an influx of cartels from Colombia that's stirring up and kind of, providing an impetus to the formation of gangs and stuff like that. And apparently it's kind of true. It appears to be true. But again, do you think it's safer than Colombia? Yeah, I think it probably is. And I'm just speaking about Guayaquil. I don't know about Quito. I don't know about Cuenca. I'm just talking about Guayaquil. Is it safer than Brazil? Yeah, I'd say it probably is. Okay. And why do I think that? Now, the smaller cities, I won't say that. I would say don't go there. I would say don't go to do that. And I don't want to go too much on a tangent, but I do think that smaller cities, at least in Brazil, might be safer, but not in big cities. Now, there's some reasons I think that, but I'm not going to go that deep into it. This is a short video. Now, why do I think one might be safer in a place like Guayaquil than lots of parts of Rio de Janeiro or some of these other ones. The reason I think that is because, and I'm going to do another video, a separate video on this specific topic. I think that the moral character that I can see in the subtlest of behavioral mannerisms and in the sort of the microcosm of interactions with people over the last 2 months, I can say that the grassroots morality here in Ecuador is certainly better than Colombia, and probably on par with many parts of Brazil. Maybe better in some ways than Brazil, and not as good in other ways. Well, what do I mean by that? I get a sense that people respect right and wrong, including taxi cab drivers, who I haven't found them ever trying to rip me off at all, or strong arm me, or get pushy, or play games at all. Whereas just this last summer, when I was in Rio, I had these guys in Uber showing up and then trying to renegotiate the price, which is usually Carioca's. That was not in Fortaleza, but in Rio. I noticed that a little bit, kind of crappy. Usually the Brazilians don't do that shit. But at any rate, here in Ecuador, I have been very impressed with the sense of right and wrong that I've observed, as compared to Colombia, as compared to Brazil, as compared to the Dominican Republic. Okay, that's really what there's some people coming. I'm not going to let them go by. So at any rate, I've been very much impressed with that, and really that's key. That is absolutely key, because culture is something that is not only trickle down, but it's also trickle up. Okay, it's not just trickle down, it is also trickle up. And I had noticed little polite behaviors in the food plaza at this main shopping mall here in Guayaquil. People taking a step back, careful when they're asking, not yanking a chair away without asking, stopping, not cutting in line. These things, and you think, oh, South Americans, they all cut in line. Well, a lot of them do it, but I'm saying that they do it less here in Ecuador as compared to Colombia and Brazil. Okay. Now, again, I'm speaking about Guayaquil. Your experience in some other part of Ecuador might be different, okay? And then you'll say, well, no, Rob, when you look at the whole macro picture in Ecuador, you're probably off, and I will be completely amenable to conceding I don't have information about those places or those other parts of Ecuador. Again, I was only going to come here for a little while, and if it weren't for the weather, I might even stay. But for someone who loves the sun, it's absolutely unacceptable to do that. It's unacceptable. Now, let me see here. I've got a couple other things. Now, okay. Now, in Guayaquil specifically, like I say, if you're in Puerto Santa Ana, you will be fine, and you could live here long term without any incident, right? So, but this place is not an option for me because it's not a sunny place. It just isn't. But the dating is good with the chicks. Lots of matches on Tinder and Badoo, etc. Okay, have a good one, you guys.